Today, guys, I am excited. I'm going to take you out with me on a project I have going on right now. I have 14 of these projects going on right now, but I'm going to take you guys back to a single family flip that I have going on. I realize there's a lot of gurus online that literally say all these things and don't post any proof. And so, I've been saying these things for a long time, but I'm going to take you guys with me so you can see what I actually do today. So you guys can start to utilize what I'm doing and utilize that in your own life. If you want to do your own fix and flips, if you want to do rentals, if you want to build your own real estate portfolio, this is literally a day in the life of the real estate portfolio. Without further ado, I'll take you through on this deal itself. It's a single family home. I bought it for 100 grand. The seller actually called us through postcards. So we send on average $30,000 a month in marketing to get leads to come into our funnel. And this seller called us through a postcard. I had actually already bought a house in that neighborhood last year, so I knew the neighborhood pretty well. Seller, I mean, guys, it was so nasty inside. Like, it's a hoarder house. It had bed bugs, it had cockroaches. I mean, it was as nasty as you can think. We actually just got it done, sprayed with roaches for the last 3 weeks, and we had to do not just one spray, but it was like we did a double spray, and then we did a spray with like extra poison from the bug company. They said it was one of the worst ones they've ever had. Long story short, there's no judgment. We help sellers out in all different kinds of situations. And that's really what's key here, is that even at the closing table, the seller literally was crying and hugged me because she didn't think anyone was going to buy her house. And so we buy houses in literally any condition. And then where I get to come in is I get to come in with our crews, fix them up, make them something beautiful again. So it all started with, they called my postcard. After they called the postcard, I came out there on an appointment. This was late last year. So it was a long time ago. She wanted $140,000 for her home. That was not worth it. Okay. I came in at 80. Eventually we landed at 100 together. And then at that point, she was moving into a retirement community, but she didn't have a place yet. And so the other nice thing that I was able to do for them is we just set a closing date out, which was about 9 months out. And so we gave them plenty of time to find a place. They ended up finding a place this year. And so we had this thing under contract for the last like 8 months. And then they finally found a place and we moved the closing date up for them so that they were able to have complete control of their timeline. That's a big deal for sellers to be able to do that. After we had control of their timeline, kind of a fun thing that happened is they hired a moving company to help them move, right? So we were supposed to close on a Wednesday. Their moving company showed up and refused to move them. So literally we're supposed to close on Wednesday and I get a call on Wednesday. The seller's in tears again. Wyatt, no one's there to help me move. It's like, oh my gosh. And so that was the first for me. I've never had a moving company refuse to move someone. So then we moved closing to a Friday. I said, no problem. We can help you with the move at least. And so my demo guys actually were the ones that were going to help them move. And then unfortunately, my demo guys were caught up at another project. And so they didn't get out there to help her move on the Friday. We still closed for her to give her the cash. And then she scheduled a moving company to come on Saturday. And then on Saturday, sure enough, that moving company showed up and refused to help them move. Big shocker. And I called the moving company. They said that they had another crew that would do it, but they would do it for twice the cost. And so I said, just do it. We'll pay for it. So we paid for them to do the move. They came in hazmat suits and helped them move. And the seller's calling me all through the weekend, right? I'm trying to have a nice weekend. It's College World Series weekend in Omaha here. But long story short, we got it done. Again, the seller was super happy. She gave us a 5-star review. They got moved out. And then we got into the property. So that is how we closed on the property, all the stuff that happens. One thing that's not talked about enough in real estate is that you get paid to solve problems. And the bigger the problems you solve, the more you get paid. And so it's stuff like this that, we are able to come out and serve our people, our clients, the people that have hoarders, the people that have bugs and stuff, right? If we can just help them get what they want with speed and convenience, then we can also have great deals on our end. And so I'll take you through the numbers when we get to the property. I'll show you what we're going to do for rehab when I get to the property here. And then I'll also tell you how I financed it. Okay, so this is the house. We just arrived. Again, single family home. What we're doing with it is I'm buying it as a rental. And then we're going to do the renovations. You guys are going to come through. I'm going to take you through the entire renovation on this thing. And it is nasty. So my camera girl's wearing a mask. She's the lucky one. But it's nasty inside. This is the house. Again, it's a single family home. You can see as we come in here, the trees, everything's overgrown. We got to fix the fence and a lot of stuff on the outside. Yards, obviously, overgrown, not well kept. And then, again, just brace yourself. But if you guys are thinking about flipping houses or doing rentals, it's not for the faint of heart, but you're about to experience it. So imagine you have a mask on as we come through this here. So as we come in through the home, what you can't do is smell what's about to hit you. In this house, again, there was cockroaches, there was bugs. If you look at, there are still cockroaches that are dying over and all the way around here. Some of the things to look for if you're going to be flipping a home is firstly, look at the windows. So I look for, are they original windows or are they vinyl windows? This house is built in the 90s, so they're original vinyl windows, but that's good. For rental, we can keep those, so that's a good thing that we don't have to replace them. Flooring, this is likely asbestos tile. If you disturb it, you're gonna have to get a permit and go through a bunch of stuff. We don't disturb it, so we're just gonna put LVP, luxury vinyl plank tile through. The reason we do that is that LVP is really good for rentals. So it's really durable. If water gets on it, it doesn't ruin it. It's just really hard to ruin. Unlike carpet, carpet can get ruined, then we have to replace the carpet if the tenant moves out or gets evicted. So we don't want that. As we go over here, you can see this is a slab floor, so there's no basement over here. This home's in Council Bluffs, Iowa. This slab you can see is settling. And so because this slab is settling so bad, there's such a big gap. And actually, if you want to come over here, you can see, you see this gap? You see how it's really small here, and then it's really big as you come down here? So that is, this whole slab has settled. And so what we're gonna have happen is we have to have mud jackers come out here, and they actually drill a hole in here, they shoot mud down, compress the dirt, and then that dirt shoots the slab back up so it's level. And then we can actually put level flooring throughout the house so there's not this huge step down gap. Which will help in the resale of it. As we go through here, this is an ozone machine. So this ozone machine is something that we run on all of our properties. Right now, the smell isn't as bad as what it was. It's still bad, and Michaela's still wearing a mask behind the scenes here for you guys. But long story short, ozone machines are what you want to run. You run those continuous for 24 hours, run them in each room, and it kills if you have a smoker, if you have cockroaches, if you have hoarders, anything nasty. This literally just kills the smell. And so that's how you make it nice again, and along with paint. As we go through here into the kitchen, so you come on in, this is the kitchen. You can tell it's nasty and not nice, but what we're gonna do is save the cabinets since it's a rental. These cabinets are good working cabinets. They're just gonna get cleaned and saved. Sometimes we'll paint them, other times we'll replace them. In this case, we're just gonna keep them since it's a rental. We're gonna do new countertops. We do all new hinges to the hardware, so it makes it look a lot nice and new. We do new fixtures to really brighten it up. I'm sure at the end of this, we can give you like a before and after in like 4 weeks when we're done with the project. Over here, you're gonna see this has washer and dryer hookups, which is great. A lot of tenants and residents don't wanna go up and down stairs, especially older folks. So washer and dryer on the main is always a positive. Once we get a brand new kitchen, we'll show you the bedroom. So it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home. I do love that it's got a newer water heater, a newer furnace, and a newer AC. These are all essentials. This right here is probably $2,500 to $3,000, which is all good to go. This is probably $6,500 to $7,500 if you're replacing a furnace, and then AC is about $4,000 to $5,000 if you're replacing an AC. So between all of this, these are all good mechanicals. It's one of the reasons we decided to keep it as a rental, because it's got such good parts that's going to last a long time as we hold it. As we come in here, we got the cat litter still in the closet, so that's yummy. In the bathroom here, so it's nasty in here, but you're going to see, so we're going to do all new vanity, all new light fixtures, all new paint, all new tub surround in here, all new toilet, and so this is going to be a brand new bathroom when we're done. When we're doing bathrooms, it's usually about $500 to $7,500, depending on the bathroom itself. So this whole thing is probably about $7,500 is what I budget to redo literally everything in here. Next, we're going to go to the bedrooms. So bedroom number 1, and every bedroom is going to be about the same. What we're going to do is just paint everything. Any kind of wallpaper like this stuff is going to get scraped off, and so it's just going to be paint all the way through. All of this trim, we're going to make this gray, and then we make this trim white, so gray and white. I use Alba gray. That's my favorite gray. It's got a tint of blue, and then we just use pure white on this. that's really it as far as these goes. The other things is these are the closet doors. So we save the closet doors that we can. This one's peeling, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to save this, but if we can save it, we will paint over it. It is a pain in the ass to paint over. It actually takes about 4 coats instead of like 1 or 2, but it saves us in paint costs rather than replacing. So we try to do that. And then all of these little things, these handles and hinges, if you come over here too, we'll replace these all with brushed nickel or matte black, depending on the house. So these will all be matte black. The light fixtures will be matte black as well. And then these hinges will be matte black when we're all done. So it all looks updated and modern, which will match the bathroom when we're done here. All right, and then we got 2 more bedrooms. Pretty much the same. It's a little dark in here, but it's the same thing. You know, matte black, everything that we just talked about. Let's see if there's anything different in here. Yeah, over here we got the fuse panel. One of the things that I'm looking for when we look at this here is I'm looking at, is this a fuse box or is it an electrical panel? So fuses have these little holes and then they've got a glass cover, and if they blow, then you have to actually take it out and replace it, versus these electrical panels, they just flick on and off, and that's what you want. You want to see an updated electrical panel. The other thing that you want to look for is it Pacific, Federal Pacific? If it's Federal Pacific literally had like, it was like 0.05 of their panels catch on fire, which over the course of hundreds of thousands isn't that much, but it still is a lot. And so Federal Pacific is not good. It doesn't get insured very well at all. Your insurance rates are skyrocket. So thankfully this isn't a Federal Pacific, this is Brian, and so we're good to go. Just if it says Federal Pacific, just plan on replacing it, even if it is a breaker, because your insurance will not take it or just charge you through the ass for it. So that's really it inside the house. We'll go outside of the house now. I'll run through what my rehab numbers were and all the numbers on the house, so you guys know that. Okay, so now you guys have seen literally everything inside and the nasty abyss that it is. Another nice part is it does have a 2-car garage here. But now what I'm gonna go over with you guys is how that entire rehab, so that entire rehab is gonna cost me about 40 grand. If you guys are like, man, I don't know how to budget rehab. I know when I got started, I didn't. I have a free rehab analyzer tool that you can use. Just go ahead and check it out in the comments if you want to grab it. It literally helps me run through everything from paint to carpet to flooring to fixtures to literally everything. It budgets everything for you. So give that away totally for free for you guys. I use that with all my students, and so if you guys want it, it's a free tool for you. Now, as far as the deal, how did I fund it? So I'll go through the exact numbers now. So I bought it for 100. I'm putting 40,000 into it. When it's done, it's going to be worth about 200 to 220. So we'll just call it 200 conservatively. So that's great. I'm all in at 140, sell it for 200. How to run the actual numbers is I'm not actually making 60,000 on this. So if you run the actual numbers, let's just say 200,000, take that times 92%. Why do you do that? Well, 92% accounts for both realtor fees and closing costs. So about 6% for realtor fees, 2% for closing costs. So I'm all in at about 184,000. Or that's 184,000 would be my exit if I sold it. Then I'm all in at 140,000. So you take 140,000 minus the 184. So this would be about a $44,000 profit if I were to sell it. However, I'm not going to sell it. And so I'm going to be all in at 140. I'm going to choose to keep this as a rental, and then how I funded this. So I fund this a little differently. So I use something called the BRRRR strategy, which means buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. So I've already bought it for 100. I'm renovating it right now, so that's $40,000. And then when I'm all said and done, it's going to be worth 200. And so now I bought this on a hard money loan, which means a private money loan, really. So an investor, I borrowed the full 100,000 from. I brought the rehab myself, the 40,000 myself, although I could have borrowed that from the investor as well. And then when it's all said and done, it'll be worth 200,000. The bank will actually give me a loan for 75% of what it's worth. So when I'm all said and done, the bank is actually going to give me a loan for 140,000. I'm not going to take out the 150, but I could. So anyways, the bank's going to give me a loan for 140. And so I'm going to have all of my capital back. I'm going to pay back the investor that gave me the money for this project. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn around and rent this. And I'll rent this for probably $1,600, $1,700 a month. My carrying cost is going to be around $1,200. So I'm going to net about $500 a month. If you've been in rental real estate, you know you're not truly netting that. That $500 a month doesn't include repairs and maintenance, which is obviously going to happen, as well as CapEx events. So really you write off another $500 a month for it. and it's a break-even property. But the reason I do that is because I already make 7 figures flipping homes. And so I get to write off all of the depreciation in this asset that I have now bought it for. And so that will offset my taxes. Plus I've made a good chunk of equity. And now plus I've got rental real estate that's getting paid down over time. Well, this building is going to get appreciated over time. One thing I didn't mention, this is in a really good school district. So this neighborhood is pretty desirable. This house was just not in a good one. So now you guys know the full breakdown. This is how I do deals. If you guys are curious about how to do more, just feel free to go to WyattSimon.com. I've got a lot more free resources for you guys. If you like this video, let me know. It's the first video like it of this kind. If you guys want to see more walkthrough videos of me actually doing the things, I literally have 14 of these projects going on right now. So I do this every day. I finally have Camera Gal to help us out to film these for you guys. So if you like them, let me know. God bless you. Have a great day.